You ever wonder why, no matter what you do, you just can't seem to get the girls that you really want? Well, today, we gon' fix that. What up, homie? My name's Dave, and I put out new videos every Tuesday and every Friday to help you get the girls you want and become the man you're meant to be. Right now, I'm in a little hotel in Tepozatlan, Mexico. But yeah, from years of coaching and making videos and teaching guys, I've seen that there's one big thing that holds most guys back. Today I'm gonna show you what that is, show you how to overcome it so you can start getting those girls you really want. But first, I gotta show you guys something a little bit ridiculous. So we're in this tiny little hotel in this Pueblo Mágico in Mexico, and we go check out the gym, and there's actually like a huge functional gym in this place, and me and Ayuki are the only ones in the entire fucking gym. Kind of a wild thing. So yeah, when I saw this gym, I saw we had it all to ourselves, I'm like, man, I gotta make at least part of this video here, so let's do it. First up though, see if I can get 10 reps of this. Boom! 10 reps on this janky ass bench press. I can't be stopped, bro. But yeah, the biggest reason I see most guys fail with women, it's pretty simple, man. It comes down to the stories they tell themselves. And it really, there's two different ways guys tell themselves stories. First is the type of guy who earnestly wants to improve, but isn't sure he has what it takes to get there. So this type of guy will say, oh, I don't know if I have like the personality to attract women. Or I just don't have the balls to approach, and maybe I never will. And they let these stories control their narrative, and they never really try to get better with girls because they don't think they have what it takes. Then the second piece to this is just that sour ass motherfucker you see in the YouTube comments who's like, man, women are evil, they're just trying to take our money, they're just trying to take advantage of men, blah, 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 blah. And instead of telling themselves a story about themselves, they're telling themselves a story about women, and they use that as the reason why they don't get the girls they want. But honestly, I don't know what these motherfuckers are talking about, because I've been hanging with Yuki for the past year, and we've been having a great time. She hasn't tried stealing any of my money yet, maybe a couple of tacos off my plate, but that's about it. The problem with stories is that they dictate your reality. So, there's a story that you're constantly telling yourself, that's what you're gonna see in the outside world. And you know what, man? I'm not immune to it either. Like, I have stories that I've told myself in the past too. Like, for one, why I haven't had the fast success that I've wanted on YouTube. And why it hasn't come as quick as I wanted it to. Right? Maybe I started too late. Maybe I just don't have what it takes. These have all been thoughts that came into my head and stories that I've told myself and things I need to work on. Hell, I've even had stories that I've told myself about the gym. Like, hell, I had never been a huge workout connoisseur until I met Dave from How to Beast, and he kind of got me more into it. But at first, I didn't like it. I thought I just wasn't a gym guy. But I was able to change that narrative as I, went to the gym more, grew a liking for it, and now I thoroughly enjoy going. Squat completed. The point is, these stories have held me back in the past, and the YouTube one is probably still holding me back right now, if I'm being honest, and I gotta nip that shit in the bud.
Boxes are defeated, purpose always fleeting. I pose questions to the ceiling like an answer gonna come. Truth is too revealing, life is easier concealing. All emotions to the star on your heart going dumb. I shouldn't be in drive more. I just want to feel alive.
All right, guys, we have a very Mexican breakfast on our hands. We got some chilaquiles, some frijoles, some cut up hot dogs, sausages, and some cantaloupe. Very Mexican, right, Yuki?
Very Mexican, yeah.
No, but the reason we're actually here, guys, is I went to my first gay wedding last night. And let me tell you, Mexican weddings are crazy, right, Yuki?
Yeah, a lot of fun.
The craziest part about them is that something about, I don't know, the culture in Mexico, they love to just dance all night long. Like we literally, everyone was out there dancing on the dance floor for like 5 hours straight. I was getting tired. I was trying to go home. Yuki kept trying to dance salsa. I only have like 2 salsa moves under my belt. I can't dance that for 5 hours, but I was trying. Anyway, you ready for the taste test, Yuki?
Yeah. Oh, I already did.
Oh, thanks. Well, I'm gonna go for the hot dogs first. I don't know why we have cut up hot dogs here, but it's actually good shit.
It's good. Yeah.
I would say some of the best cut up hot dogs I've had. So those cut up hot dogs were so out of this world, I couldn't even focus on making the rest of the video yesterday, so I had to switch it up to today. But getting back to the stories, one of the biggest things you're going to be aware of is confirmation bias. So if you think you're too short or too ugly or too whatever, then that's all you're going to see, right? This is called confirmation bias, and it's definitely going to stop you from meeting your dream girl. Like sometimes for me, I feel like YouTube isn't showing my video to enough people, and that'll just continue to feed into my story that YouTube is fucking me over and holding me back from success, when really I just need to stop being a bitch and make better videos. The point is, if you don't recognize your negative stories and work hard to rewrite them, then you're gonna fall into a negative spiral, and the same thing's gonna happen to you.
Your stories, they come from the heart, glue me together.
Now, your stories have the most power over you when you don't recognize them, right? They're kind of like the little puppet masters behind the scenes controlling everything. And don't be fooled, because most guys don't recognize their own stories, and I can tell by the YouTube comments that they have no idea that their whole life is being controlled by these negative stories. But by recognizing these stories, you take some of the power away. But how do you do that? How do you recognize them? Well, the first way to go about it is to think about what goes through your head when you see a guy talking to a hot girl and doing well. What are you saying to yourself? How are you reflecting about the situation? Are you thinking, oh man, maybe it's only because he has money, or he's good looking, or this or that? Basically, are you providing yourself with some sort of reason about why this guy is talking to that hot girl and doing well, and why you're not? And the second thing you can do is consider why you don't have the dating life you want. And when you consider this, think about what stories pop into your head. What negative thoughts start creeping up. I don't care how true you think these thoughts are. I don't care how validated you think they are. These are your stories. These are your enemies, and they're stopping you from getting the dating life that you really want.
My life is lovely now, I'm focused on me. You said you were about to die, I guess the car is on E. But see, I ain't even tripping, cause I just chose to believe that somebody gon' come around and give me just what I need. I don't wanna see you flying, see you looking down.
You gotta realize, man, you are not your stories, and you don't have to believe everything that you think. Like my YouTube story, that's really just a rationalization for why I don't yet have the YouTube success that I want. Your dating story, really, that's just an excuse for why you don't have the girls that you want. And you gotta realize these stories, these thoughts, they are not your reality. And you don't have to let them control you. So there's really 2 things you can do to get past these stories and even start to rewrite them. First is to meditate every day. I know I talked about this before, but meditating really is so key, man. And one of the best parts about it is it helps you to become aware of the negative mental chatter you have going on in your mind throughout the day. And when you become aware of that mental chatter, that's when you can start to turn it off and replace it with more positive thoughts and feelings. And the second thing you can do is to stop for a second and visualize the best version of yourself. The dude who walks up into the bar and has all the ladies looking at him. The dude who flirts with ease, who goes on dates and doesn't have any problems at all, just gets girls attracted without much effort. Now think about what that guy's stories are. Try using those stories as affirmations in the morning and visualize what your dating life would be like as your best self. Then bring those more positive stories and thoughts to the front of your mind when you're out
on dates or trying to talk to girls at the bar and club, and just kind of be your best self. And that's how you get from where you are now to where you want to be. And if you're thinking, Dave, I don't know if I have it in me to be my best self, well, you got to understand everything that your best self has came from you. So you have the ability to level up and get to that point too. It's just a matter of knocking out those negative beliefs, adopting some positive ones, taking some action, and going for it. But I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Give me 1 or 2 sentences and let me know what your new story is going to be when it comes to dating and when it comes to women. That's the first step to get on track and start paving the way to the dating life that you really want.
Now, bro, doing these things or really committing to this process is gonna make you more confident around girls. But if you really want to supercharge your confidence, then check out this playlist right here. It shows you exactly how to be a far more confident man. Let's keep it going. I'll see you right here, homie.